Greetings, family. Last week was the election period of the US, and you guys in the US voted for Trump. So, your good decision. I hope this will be a good guy for you and also for the world, because America affects the world in a lot of ways. We have seen wars in which America is part of, like the Ukraine and the Israeli Gaza war. So we have seen Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, talking about, because one of the things that they say Trump is going to do is pull US out of NATO, or what happens, or pull the funding. So that could really affect their relationships with Europe. And this is what Emmanuel Macron is saying.
Au fond, moi je trouve que notre rôle ici, ou au sein de l'Union européenne, c'est pas de commenter l'élection de Donald Trump, savoir si c'est bon ou pas bon. Il a été élu par le peuple américain et il va défendre l'intérêt des Américains. Et c'est légitime et c'est une bonne chose. La question, c'est est-ce que nous, on est prêt à défendre l'intérêt des Européens? C'est la seule question qui nous est posée. Et moi, je pense que c'est notre priorité. Et donc, ça ne doit être ni dans un transatlantisme qui serait naïf, ni dans la remise en cause de nos alliances, ni non plus dans un nationalisme étriqué qui ne nous permettrait pas de relever ce défi face à la Chine et aux États-Unis d'Amérique. Et donc, c'est un moment de l'histoire pour nous, Européens, qui est décisif. Au fond, la question qui nous est posée, voulons-nous lire l'histoire écrite par d'autres, les guerres lancées par Vladimir Poutine, les élections américaines, les choix faits par les Chinois en termes technologiques ou commerciaux, ou est-ce qu'on veut écrire l'histoire? Et moi, je pense qu'on a une force pour l'écrire. Nos économies sont fortes, nos pays ont des systèmes de défense sophistiqués, et on représente quelque chose. L'Union européenne, c'est 440 millions d'habitants avec ses 27 pays, et la communauté politique européenne, c'est plus de 700 millions d'habitants. Si on décide d'avoir conscience de ce qu'on représente géopolitiquement, commercialement, c'est une puissance inouïe. Il n'y a aucun marché de 700 millions d'habitants aussi uni par l'histoire, des intérêts, des valeurs que nous autour de cette table. Aucun. Si on se réveille et qu'on décide au fond de ne pas disparaître géopolitiquement et de ne pas être le marché d'ajustement des autres puissances économiquement et commercialement. Et donc pour moi, ce moment, c'est celui où on décide d'agir, de défendre nos intérêts nationaux et européens en même temps, de croire dans notre souveraineté, dans notre autonomie stratégique, et de dire au fond, on n'a pas envie simplement d'être des clients, d'être un marché qui est pris, de déléguer en fait à d'autres notre économie, nos choix technologiques, notre sécurité, mais on veut pleinement se saisir de la question de la paix sur notre sol, de notre prospérité et de notre modèle démocratique. Pour moi, c'est ça les trois défis de la communauté politique européenne qu'on a discuté ensemble.
We have seen a lot of Africans talking about this video, commenting on why is this guy talking like that? Could it be that he wants, he's saying that he wants Europe not to get lost, like disappear into the area of influence. And people are concerned because we have seen the past months France losing its grip in West Africa.
Yes.
Yes, and Chad looks like in the near future they could be saying, "Yo, can you go?" And Senegal, and among other countries. So people are wondering, why is he talking like this? Could it be that he's rallying the European countries so that they can come and recolonize Africa, or do those evil things like coups and all that, whatever they have been used to? So our sister from Cameroon, who's a Cameroonian, European Cameroonian, Nathalie Yab, said this.
Je pense que l'élection de Donald Trump est très intéressante. Moi, je la trouve très intéressante parce que elle va mettre à mal la relation transatlantique, les relations au sein de l'OTAN. On voit déjà d'ailleurs une semaine à peine après l'élection comment les leaders français et compagnie commencent à dire il faut qu'on reformule, il faut qu'on se prenne en charge nous-mêmes, etc. Ils savent très bien ce qui va venir sur eux, donc ils sont aujourd'hui affaiblis parce que leur parrain, leur allié américain, à partir du mois de janvier, ne sera plus un allié comme ils le connaissaient dans le passé. En ce qui concerne la situation en Ukraine, je pense qu'il y aura plus de facilité de discussion. Je ne sais pas si ça aboutira à une résolution du conflit, parce que je crois que même Trump va plutôt vouloir proposer un gel du conflit. Or, je pense que du côté russe et du côté de toute personne normale, c'est une fin du conflit qu'il faut savoir. Mais au moins, je pense qu'il y aura de nouveau des canaux de communication qui vont pouvoir être établis. Et ça, je pense que ça va soulager tout le monde.
Trump will damage relations within NATO. And she said, Washington allies know very well what awaits for them. So she said it's not even a week after the elections, and we already seen the French leaders and others starting to say that we need to rebalance, that we need to take responsibility ourselves. That's what Macron said. The European leaders are weakened now because from January, their sponsor, the American ally, will no longer be the ally they have known in the past. As for the situation in Ukraine, the Pan-Africanist, that is Natalia, expects now new negotiations or even a freeze of the conflict, which is more likely to be proposed by the US President-elect Trump. She said, I think the Russian side and from the side of any normal person is an aid to the conflict that we have to achieve. But at least I think there will be channels of communication that can be established again. So I think Emmanuel Macron and many other leaders in Europe saying, as you know, Europe has been pressed. We've seen the economies running down because of this war, and Russia has been going up. And they are very concerned because the person who's been on the forefront of funding this, Ukraine, Russia, is US. And Trump is saying, no, I'm not doing that to my people's taxes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to broker peace with these countries. So these guys are like, it will end, and this guy will pull out, and we will be left with bad economies and all that. The question is, what will they do? So that is why they are very concerned, and I'm looking forward, myself, I'm looking forward to those guys crashing like hell.
You know, I've also listened into what Macron was saying, and for me, it's a question for Africa and African leaders, and what our African Union should be doing. When everybody's strategizing, you know, with the US elections, everybody needs to gather themselves and strategize. If this one wins, what of the relations that we have with these ones? If this one, you know, like you have heard Macron saying, you know, there's Russia, there's China, there are countries that we need to be concerned about their relations, you know, our population. But the question is, what of our African presidents? Are they also asking themselves the same question? Now that Trump is in power, what does this mean for Africa? Or they will just be called to Africa-America Summit, and they will all, you know, they will all run there and listen to what Trump has to offer for Africa, not what Africa can propose, relations that Africa can consider with the US or AGOAs, what kind of amendments that can be done with AGOA, such kind of agreements, such kind of talks. When you see people strategizing, Macron and his government and his EU, you can see that they are very much threatened, but he just wants to pretend that this Trump thing is not about us, it's for the American people. We should not even be shaken because it's not about us. We should be worrying about what the EU can offer to its 700 million people. What does Africa has to worry about?
With 1.2 billion people.
You know, what are African presidents thinking at a time like this? I get so bothered, I get so irritated because these guys are just sleeping on the job. Nobody's even talking to the next president to say, hey, we might have a problem with Africa, or hey, we might have a better, you know, US-Africa relation right now. How do we move forward? How do we even suggest ways in which we can work with the US? What of our relation? I mean, there's so much to be worried about. When you see the EU doing that, it means that you as Africa should be doing the same thing. But what do? You wait for these people to decide for you, and they call you, they give you a few coins to say thank you for coming to our meetings, and you get excited, you go and shop in Paris, you go and shop in Rome, and for you that is success. For you, that is the best relations. You come back, you report to us, we went and we discussed this and this kind of loan will be given to us.
And you know, the best time to maybe broker new relations is when they are having a change. This is the time for Niger to say, you know what, our relations are not good, we want new ones. But I have not seen any African leader doing that. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section. If you would like to support us, we have a Buy Me a Coffee link, just $5, $10, $50, $100, whatever you are blessed to have. We appreciate. There are super chats, super thanks, even up to $1 and $2 we appreciate. And we are still selling the beautiful Sahel hats for summer, for winter, autumn and spring on our online shop, Elegant Masai. Link is in the description. And also continue supporting us by watching to the fullest, watching more videos, sharing with your family and friends, and liking the videos.
And guys have been sharing. Thank you so much for sharing.
We see you in the next one. Bye bye.